and achieve your dreams with Lifestyle Mastery, the show that will transform the way you think about personal development, business, and entrepreneurship, and explores the fascinating world of self-improvement with the guidance of the renowned expert, Dr. Sheila Smith. From mastering your mindset to building a successful business, Dr. Smith and her guests will inspire, educate, and empower you to live your best life.
Welcome to Lifestyle Mastery, where we help women to be the best that they can possibly be. And I'm so super excited today that we have Sir Lawrence Salley, photographer extraordinaire, and I'm excited to get him up to the stage. So let's bring him right on up because he has so much to tell us about. I'm excited. Here we go. We're bringing Mr. Salley to the party. Welcome, extraordinaire photographer Lawrence Salley. How are you, sir?
I am doing so good. I appreciate this honor of being a guest on this show. I'm just seeing it reach in so many different areas and so many different people. And so this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for sure. So I appreciate it.
I'm grateful to have you on. And why it was so important for me to have you on, I know some people are thinking, wait a minute, this is supposed to be a show for women. Well, it is. But here's the caveat. Lawrence loves us women. He loves what we stand for and what we're doing. And he is a brand photographer. So I want to jump right into what is a brand photographer?
That's a very good question. You know, I'm pretty sure there are many different ideas of what a branding photographer does and who they are. I can really only explain what I do as a branding photographer. And that's one who obviously captures the importance and the missions, the message of an entrepreneur or business through the art of photography. What makes me a little bit different, and I'm sure there may be other photographers that do this as well, but we actually research our customers' market. And what we do is we identify exactly what the market needs are and the audience that they're trying to reach. By doing that, it allows us to really come to the photo shoot with more intentionality. So that looks like the posing, what they're wearing, even where we're going to do the shoot is all strategic to what the outcome of the shoot and how we want that message to be given to the audience. So that's what I do as a branding photographer.
Awesome. I'm going to have to need my glasses, so forgive the glare. So why do people need it for their business? Why do they need it? Why can't they just go out and just take a selfie or just, get JCPenney back in the day used to do those photo shoots for us, right? Why should we need, or why do we need a branding photographer?
That's a very good question. And the truth is, and I might surprise you a little bit, but not every business actually needs branding.
Okay.
Branding is such a small scope of marketing, which is a much bigger picture. You do need professional images. Absolutely. Branding is just specific because it requires a lot of money. It's a lot of guessing, if I can say. It's really not catered to the customer or the client. It's really creating an identity for your business. So that's kind of the difference. When you think about branding is actually closer to what you see with McDonald's, Burger Kings, the bigger corporations where they spend millions of dollars for their branding. But it's because they have a larger scope of audience that they're trying to reach. For small business owners, we actually recommend that you go more so into niching versus branding, because niching allows you to work specifically with a target audience. But again, I repeat, you need professional images either way. So I can definitely answer the question, why do you need professional images no matter what stage in your business that you are in? And it's because we as humans, 90% of information is transmitted to the brain visually. So that means that
Mm.
there is an advantage when you use quality images and content to represent your services and represent your business. Whether you're on social media, using pictures for blogs, newsletters, even printed material, you need high quality images, because if you do not, you can lose credibility and you can lose trust with your audience.
Wow, that's a powerful answer. Powerful answer. And no pun intended, but I'm gonna swing on over to the powerful. So, so
Yes,
talk to
absolutely.
us. You have another organization called Powerhouse Club. Can you
Yes.
tell our audience about that?
Yes. So Powerhouse Networking and Branding is a community that has been formed based on the style and the work that I do, because I actually attract women entrepreneurs with my photography work. So because of that, I understood that I really should create something that caters to women in business. And that's when the Powerhouse really came about. Powerhouse was designed to create a community for women in business that celebrates women in business as well as empower women in business. And so through that, we have several channels of networking. We have our Discord group, which you can network 24/7. We have our virtual meetups, which is the end of every month. That's where we actually use one of our powerhouse as a keynote speakers to provide some practical tips and tools to help you in your business or whatever area of expert advice that they can give. And then we have our in-person meetups, which actually is we do that in various cities. That's where we actually come together for networking. We also get headshots, and then we have a keynote speaker that is more for inspirational type speeches, so that you can leave that setting feeling inspired, feeling like you're ready to take on that next level, and really feel secured and confident in what you do. And we created this specifically for women, because I know there are oftentimes women, they hide behind the shadow of men. They hide behind the shadow of home. They hide behind the shadow of so many different things. And it's unfortunate that women have to, it seems like you have to choose one or the other. You have to choose purpose or being a stay-at-home mom, or things like that. And so we want to empower women to let you know that vulnerability and femininity is not the opposite of strength.
Wow. Wow. You literally caught me off guard with that answer. That was so good. That was a like clip it moment off of Clubhouse. That was so good. By the way, we met on Clubhouse. I
Mhm.
heard you in some rooms, and your shares were so powerful,
Thank
and I just had to have you on. Can you briefly talk about some of your packages, or is that something that would be better for them to reach you via your email or your website?
No, I mean, I honestly, I would say both. I'd be happy to share some things that we have available, because we understand that everyone that's viewing this, like, first off, we are located in the St. Louis area, but we do travel. We do travel within U.S. We are setting up our ability to travel internationally as well. But what we have done is we've actually created a subscription-based photography service. This service is really designed where you can be treated as a VIP and you're getting services on demand. So whether you're needing photography, flyers, content, we create these subscription services so that You can actually manage your own schedule with us. You have direct contact with us, and with that, whenever you are in need of something, we are literally there for you. And so this is something we have. This is kind of newly released, and so we're trying to see how things are locally. We are getting great feedback, and so if you are interested in knowing how our subscription services are, then definitely you can email me. Actually, the website that you've had, which is the lawrencesalley.com, you can actually connect directly with me on there because that is my digital card.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that I did not know about you that you would like to share with our audience?
Um, I don't know. I mean, because we've talked often. We've shared some very transparent moments. I think one of the things that we do share in common is that we are definitely devout in what we believe in and who we serve. One of the things that I am very proud of being is number one, a husband, a father, and a worship leader. I do serve in my local church, and I owe all honor to God and even just these areas that He have positioned me to be able to function as a photographer that I am today, because that alone has allowed me to really perfect and mature my gift as a photographer and understand to trust what I see visually, even though I may not understand it at that moment. And I've had so many impactful moments with clients, just because I've understood the purpose behind the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the purpose with the camera, but the purpose behind the camera, meaning the camera might be in front, but the purpose is me, which is behind the camera. I'm understanding what that looks like and how the camera doesn't actually define who I am. It definitely contributes to my value and worth, but at the end of the day, um, I know who I belong to, and that has been a blessing for me as a photographer.
I think people, a lot of times people make their decisions on the total person.
Mhm.
And I know that that piece is going to benefit a lot of people when they hear that. So you said that you were looking to branch out internationally.
Mhm.
Now, how would something like that to our overseas audience? What would that look like? Because I remember you saying when you first came on the VIP package.
Mhm.
What does that look like?
It's actually very similar. I mean, we've been building out the frame for it. We just don't have the market to truly test it out just yet. So what that simply looks like is the ability for us to come to you, to get your shoots done, make sure you're taken care of. Again, we have to learn the different markets that we really want to tap into internationally. And so we do have some ideal locations that we want to start building, such as Canada, UK. We want to start buildings, kind of South Africa. So even Mexico. So we're definitely looking at options. But it's just right now we're just still in that beta and building phase. So if you are international, I'm not saying that we cannot take you. We can still have the conversation. Let's talk about it, because everything is not concrete, and we're willing to work with you. And so, yeah, I believe we're in a good place where we can have conversations and even start planning, should we need to.
Wonderful. I'm going to ask you another question because I was thinking from the perspective, and I'm asking as a client
Mhm.
myself. So, when putting photos on social media or when you're marketing, is there a strategy to how you place them? Is there a particular placing or, you know, is there a strategy to how you do it?
Absolutely. I think about one of the P's of marketing, which is placement.
Okay.
And that's not just a product, but it's how we place ourselves for visibility. You really have to ask certain questions like, where is your audience? Um,
Mm,
or is your audience even on social media? Which more likely, yes, many are on social media now, but
hmm.
now you have to ask the question, which platform? Because
Okay.
different platforms yield different types of people and communities. So for us, because we are branding, like because I am a branding photographer for small businesses and female entrepreneurs, most of my connections would more likely be found in LinkedIn.
Mm,
Versus someone else, they may be on Facebook using Facebook groups. Some might use Instagram, and there are many other social media platforms that are in the upcoming. So you really just have to understand your market, understand your audience, and kind of cater to that. In a sense. So, unfortunately, sometimes that does look like understanding the different trends that are on social media. You might not agree with it, but if that's where the eyes are, then you have to be very strategic and you have to really take away the emotional side of
mm.
business and making decisions and realize, okay, this has to be a strategic approach.
So if I were to, because I know LinkedIn is very, very powerful when it comes to photography, when it comes to marketing to a different type of clientele. Um, would I'm saying that to
Mhm.
say there's some CEOs over there. There's C-level people over there. And so I'm sure that, you can't just willy-nilly place it like you would do on Facebook.
Mhm. Yes.
But what is your thought? I mean, shouldn't we be doing that anyway? Shouldn't we be taking the care to not just put things willy-nilly because of
Mhm.
the fact that this is going all over the world? We don't know where and
Yeah.
whose eyes it's going to see it.
No, you're absolutely right. I don't think many of us take into consideration the weight of our content and how it impacts not just the perception of our business, but also it that translate to our value as well. So, meaning if I'm not taking my post serious as far as what I'm actually posting and who I'm trying to reach through that post, then it would seem as though there is no value to offer.
Mm.
And it's because at the end of the day there are eyes on it, but the eyes that are seeing your content are not the eyes that are necessarily for your service. So that's why we have to be very strategic and actually take a real consideration of what we are posting and how we are posting it. Even there are some cases where, depending on the industry, when you are posting matters. So it's really a lot. What I recommend, if you are not confident in understanding the platform or understanding your approach on using social media, find you some tools that will educate you. You can definitely use Chat GPT. You can use other AI tools. You can find you a virtual assistant who focuses on social media management.
Mm.
And you can find these different tools and assets that can help build your profile so that you are more direct in what you're doing on social media.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And I'm going to give you the last word if you have any tips or tricks for
Mhm.
anyone, because you did mention Chat GPT. So
Uh,
a lot of people are still not really well versed in it.
mhm.
So if you have any tips or tricks that you can give to the audience regarding Chat GPT,
Mhm.
openai.com, please do so.
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the biggest tips that I can use for Chat GPT is take small bites.
Mm,
It can be intimidating to get into something like Chat GPT if you're not familiar with AI and you're used to doing things yourself. Chat GPT and I'm there are obviously other like content AI tools available. Like, so ChatGPT is not the only one. I do know ChatGPT is very user friendly in terms of just getting on and typing prompts and stuff, but it doesn't all, like, you have to know the different prompts to actually type in, which
Right.
can be intimidating within itself. So I would just say take small bites, be specific in the questions that you ask, and don't be afraid to regenerate answers. You know, you don't have to take the first answer that the AI tool gives you, but be confident and just build it out. Test it around the things that you do know, so that as you're using ChatGPT, what it does, it just embellishes what you're saying, or not embellish, but it elevates what you're saying, versus you trusting a tool for something that you have no idea about, and then you really don't have a way of measuring the true the facts of what it's bringing to you. So just little bites.
That's awesome. And last but not least,
Mhm.
how I know you're different. I've been putting it up all evening on the screen, but how would you, which is the best way for someone to reach you?
So the best way to reach me is through my digital card, which is lawrencesalley.com. From there, you have all the options, including Powerhouse, which we talked about today. But you have other ways of really learning more about what we offer and the services that we have. And so that's going to be the easiest way to connect with me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I so enjoyed your time today, and I know that the audience did as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
And we
you.
will talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Sheila. It was such
Thank,
an honor.
thank you, dear. And that was Lawrence Salley, our photographer. I'm saying our because he's going to be yours and he's certainly mine. So I want to say thank you for being on this episode of Lifestyle Mastery with Dr. Sheila Smith. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Lifestyle Mastery with Dr. Sheila Smith. We hope that the insights, tips, and tools shared in this episode have inspired and empowered you to take control of your personal and professional life. Remember, personal development and entrepreneurship are a journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Keep applying the strategies and techniques you've learned, and never stop striving for your dreams. We'd love to hear from you. Please share your feedback and success stories on our website or social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to Lifestyle Mastery for even more expert insights and inspiration. Thanks again for being a part of our community. We look forward to continuing this journey of growth and success with you. And we'll see you again on our next episode.
There's a line